When I interact with many business leaders and understand the model that they have in mind for doing the business, a scary thought comes to me often. And what I see is that a lot of that business which they are conducting is based on some assumptions. Now, some of these assumptions over time play out well, some of these assumptions over time do not go well. However, it's important to have certain criteria, certain decisions, certain models in mind. But it's important also to identify what are the assumptions that you have in related to your business and verify them with the reality which is there. Net to net, a business cannot be run on assumptions. A business has to be run on reality, and it's important for a good business leader to understand and check the thought processes that they have or the business model that they have and sync it with the reality which is existing. This thought came to me yesterday while I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was talking of a cyclone which had hit their own locality, their own city. The cyclone Hudhud had recently landed on the city of Vishakhapatnam and caused a lot of devastation and damage there. Wind speeds up to 200 kilometers per hour was there. The question was that the meteorological department had warned of this cyclone. And when they had warned of the cyclone, then why did the devastation happen? The question is that why didn't the authorities do any significant amount of work? Why didn't they trim the trees so that they don't fall off? Why didn't the cell phone towers and the devices be removed from them so that the gadgets don't get spoiled? Private, public, everyone, including homes. And I asked him, he said one thing that over the last 1 year, my friend said that if you see, there have been two cyclone warnings before. So, and none of these two cyclones ever hit the coast of Vishakhapatnam. Now they all diverted and hit someone else. So we also thought that this next cyclone will not hit us also. However, the problem was that Hudud did hit and it did cause a widespread devastation. Here is a thought. Here is an assumption. So assumptions are there in personal life, assumptions are there in business life, and it's very important to constantly check the assumption that we have. While working with corporate leaders, some of the assumptions that I have heard, it's very important to listen to them. We have the best product. Another assumption that I have heard, the channel is with us. Third assumption, for the past 50 years, we have done business this way and we have been very successful. So we will continue to do business in this manner only. Internet cannot do anything. Our business is very unique and internet cannot just disrupt it. We are the largest, we are one of the largest business houses of India. We know what customer wants. smartphones are a fad, just like any other Apple product is. Government subsidies will remain. A bunch of such assumptions. And these are all the assumptions that I have heard from business leaders, people who are at CEO positions. Why are these assumptions there in the minds of people? First and foremost, the reason for these assumptions is that a person wants to replicate success. So obviously everyone wants to be successful, and the best way is to follow the model that has worked earlier. So such a person is closed to new learning. Next is that people want to believe in a hypothetical scenario. They have their own little Alice in Wonderland which they want to believe in. And they then selectively listen to any information which supports this. That's a very dangerous assumption, because when they selectively listen to any such information which supports this thinking, people down the line understand that and they start giving such information only. It kind of becomes a self-fulfilling thing, and it just doesn't work in that manner. The third is the organization is lost. It has lost its strategy, it has lost its way to do business, and they do not want to admit. All of these three scenarios are extremely detrimental for an organization. It's important, therefore, that every organization must constantly learn, as an organization, as individuals, as people, as teams. And it's important to learn through experience, through education, and through exposure. All of these forms of learning are extremely important, and every organization must constantly learn. And at the same time, as a business leader, or as a CEO, or as a board member, be very cautious of such people who are holding back the learning of an organization, or are running the business based on some fundamental assumptions which might be flawed. So given these two environment and these scenarios, always understand that it's important to do a reality check of the business assumptions, and one of the best ways to do a reality check of the business assumption is to have a global benchmark constantly done for your organization. So it's not enough to only benchmark your organization with the domestic firms. It's also important to benchmark your organization with the global firms, so that whatever is happening worldwide, you try to understand that and get into your business framework and business model. It's important that your business should have a business model. Your business should be led by strategy. Your strategy will therefore have some fundamental beliefs, assumptions behind it, and your business will be led by certain values and beliefs. But at the same time, it should not be led by assumptions.